And what should I say, the crown prince, Erik?
Well, no, he's not.
Oh, but you're a bold start.
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking time to meet us at Scansat. But I know we are very honored to meet you, Bobby. It's really amazing, and I'm shaking because I'm so nervous. I tell you, I called my mom today in Norway. I live in Sweden, that's why I say, yeah, whatever. And I said, oh, I'm going to meet Mr. Bobby Brown. Bobby Bare. At 10 o'clock this morning, she started singing this Shame on Me.
Yeah.
Detroit City.
Yeah.
She had like this small concert for me in the phone for 15 minutes.
Very good. I'm flattered. Your mother has great taste.
Yeah, but how do you feel when people come up to you and talk about these songs that you have made that are classics?
Oh, well, I appreciate it so much that after all these years, people remember. And I love it. I'm honored, flattered, and all those words. It's great.
But when you made these songs, how old is Detroit City? That was made in
1963. I recorded it. Big hit in 1964. And of course, Shame on Me was 62. So I go back a long ways.
But when you wrote the song, did you knew that, oh, this is going to be a great hit, or was it a surprise for you that it became so? That the song came so famous?
No, because I believe in songs. You must have a great song before you have a great record. So I believe firmly, without a hit song, you won't have a hit record.
But how do you make a good song? That's a question for both of you. How do you know when you have made a good song?
I think they're all good. I think they're all good, but you must have a great chorus to sing. You must, on the one we're singing on the show, Things Change. That's just a wisdom song, a song of wisdom. A cowboy hat is definitely going to blow off in a wind, and women do rule the world. And things do change constantly. So that's our chorus on that.
But I have to ask, because of course it's Melodi Grand Prix. How did you end up here?
Peter?
Yeah.
Peter?
Bobby sang his song. It's Norsk MGP. And
Is that a common interest between you? Because I know I read articles that you also like to fish. Yeah?
Of course. I got it on my cell phone, so I took 5 minutes in my car and listened to the song, and I knew instantly that this is a good song. It's a hit. So the Eurovision Song Contest, that's the TV show in Europe that can give you the most out of it if you are going to do something on television. And we are artists, so we need your attention. We need the audience attention, and we need to do TV. So Bobby had all those new songs. He has recorded a great record. And everybody's heard his songs in a month or so. So I just said, okay, I have an idea. We make this song, take it to the Eurovision, and see what happens.
But I have to ask them, because Eurovision, I know you've been to Norway many times, but I'm not so sure that Melodi Grand Prix is something that you heard about. Have you heard about that before?
Well, kind of, but not that much. not that much, but when it explained to me exactly what it was, then I thought, man, that's great, because it's like what we call our home guitar force. Everybody sits around the guitar and sings the songs they've written lately. I've done it thousands of times. Sitting around a hotel room with Willie Nelson, Roger Miller, and Christopherson singing songs that we've written.
Now you're name dropping. I'm getting old.
No, this is true. And this is just a glorified, televised version of that. This is tonight will be 10 people walking on stage singing songs they've written. And I think that's a great thing because I'm a song person.
But then one question pops into my mind. In all fairness, is it possible to compete in music?
No, not the way you are asking about it. Then we have to play the same song, maybe. Everybody have to play the same song.
I don't know. Everything you do, everything that I have ever done, you release a record, you're competing every day of your life. So it's just one more piece of competition. Everything's a competition.
One last question about the Legenden Bobby, because now you are competing in the Norwegian final, and of course you will also be historic, because you will always be at the records, in the statistics. It will always be like Bobby Bare, Norwegian final 2012. How do you feel about that?
There's
of
another,
course, together with Petter.
There's one more record that you forgot to mention. The oldest person to ever.
I was coming to that, but I was afraid to say the word old.
It doesn't bother me. I'm just glad to be here and be healthy.
But now I want to go back in time when you started with music. How has the music industry changed for you in the last?
Well, when I first started as a teenager, my basic goal was I loved country music, but the driving force was to meet girls, and it worked. You met all kinds of pretty girls, and they loved people that.
Because I started thinking about, because when you listen to rock and roll, they talk a lot about drug, sex, and rock and roll, and I thought, what do country have? Do they have like country and moonshine and girls, or do you have groupies?
Mostly beer and girls. Well, yes and no. They don't call them groupies.
No, because I read.
They call them snuff queens.
We're going to find a way to translate that maybe later. But I read an article in New York Times from 2005 where at some sort of gig you had there with your son.
Oh yeah.
And it says in the article that you said, I usually perform naked.
That's a lie.
But I'm wearing clothes to cover up all the hickeys. So that's where I came up with a question, like, is there a lot of, what do you call it, sniffer queens?
No, I think I've outgrown most of that.
Yeah?
I'd say most of that.
Most of that.
Most of that. I have outgrown that.
But when we talked about the music and how it has changed from when we started, has the music changed?
Oh yeah. Music has changed. The technical side of it has got immensely better on the technical side, but there's less soul, less heart. It's all with some exceptions. But every now and then I'll hear something that really blows me away that I love, and it's mostly the quiet songs, not the. It's the songs where they sing to you instead of at you. I don't like to be yelled at, and I love to talk to. And there's so many girls at home, with great voices, but they're screaming at you all the time. They become very old. But the music has changed, and while it has changed, for the most part, it stayed the same. it's changed, but unless it's a really good song, then nothing happens. They may force it to be #1, but that's a mistake. You know, making a bad song #1, because that'd do more harm than good. But the music is geared mostly towards ultra young, towards the youth. And of course, that's the record company that does that. They would all love to have 10 Taylor Swifts. I'm sure they're searching desperately for one right now, just like her. But it's always been a quest for the younger audience, because they buy more records.
But with you, Peter, I mean, is it different from you to work with a legend like this, like Bobby? Do you work in? Is it a different way of working than that you are used to when you worked with your other colleagues, younger colleagues?
I would say music is about the same things. If you're doing it with Bobby, or if you're doing it with Torsten, it's all about the same thing. Of course, you're very nervous the first time Bobby Bare, and you're actually you're waking up that morning and okay, I'm going to the studio with Bobby Bare today. Then you're scared. But it comes pretty fast down to music. So he's a guy that I used to listen to when I was a kid. My parents had the records, so I heard a lot of his music when I was a kid. And then music is really much about dreams. So when you're 10 years getting your first guitar, okay, I may try to make the intro at and 30 years after you're playing with the guy, and to me that's just a great honor to work with Bob. And then you, so for me, that's the thing that started the dreams. At the other end here now, I'm working with one of my dreams, and they are real.
It's all about dreams. It's all about dreams.
Was that always your dream as well, Bobby?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah, I need to mention the